If Jesus, who is the Son of God, took time to rest, how much more you and I? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to continue our series on overcoming burnout in ministry marriages. We understood from the previous video that getting burnt out does not happen overnight. It's a process. The third practical step is to learn to say no. We need to learn to say no. I know this is one of the hardest things for us as ministry couples because the needs of ministry doesn't end. It keeps coming. There is always one need or the other. You finish solving one and there is another. There is a need for us to learn to say no. We cannot continue saying yes to everything and expect our energy to remain at an optimal level. If we keep saying yes to everything, we will get drained. We will get burned out. We need to put structures in place in order for us to handle the demands of the ministry. If you keep saying yes to every request, you will get drained out very quickly and you will have nothing left to cater for the needs of your marriage. Remember that marriage is work. Matthew 5:37, Jesus tells us, let your yes be yes and let your no be no. No is an answer, just as yes is also an answer. We need to learn to say no. So what are some of the practical steps we can take? Set boundaries for your ministry work. Set boundaries. Clearly put a time in place. When are you working on the ministry and which time is for your marriage? What time is for exercising? What time is for your quiet time? What time is for you as a person? What time is for the children? You need to schedule it and you need to stick to the schedule. Don't let things crisscross each other. It is so helpful. The fact is, if you do not clearly schedule it, you will not be able to achieve it. Set clear boundaries and communicate it. Let it be clear. Let your staff know that you are not available at certain times. And the next thing is we need to learn to do the important things and not the urgent things. Something may be urgent, but it may not necessarily be important. The fact that there is an urgent request does not mean that it is important. So learn to say no when it's necessary so that you can be able to have time for each other. So you can be able to have quality time together. Your marriage will not flourish if you keep bringing only your tiredness to it. Sometimes as ministers, you are so active out there. When you are catering for the needs of the sheep, you are very active and alert and alive over there. But because you are tired and when you get home and your wife, who is also a sheep, but most pastors forget that, who is also a sheep, who also has needs and wants to talk to her husband or wants to talk to her pastor, you brush it off, you say you are tired and you want to just rest. Who do you want your wife to talk to? And if you, the woman, is exhausted so much as a result of ministry work and every other thing, and you get home and all you want to do is just rest, you don't want to talk to your husband, he wants to talk to you about something, but you keep pushing it off, you are sending that man away. Very soon, he is going to develop a relationship out there that is going to fill that gap. Sometimes We are the ones that are pushing our spouses into the arms of others unknowingly. But now you know, you do not have an excuse any longer. So please set these boundaries. It is important. Learning to say no is not just wise, it is biblical. There is time for everything under the sun. In the book of Ecclesiastes, we see there is time to laugh, there is time to mourn, there is time to embrace, and there is time to refrain from embracing. So there is time for everything under the sun. Set time for your work. Set time for your family. Set time for your marriage. Set time for yourself. It is very important to work with a schedule. And this will help you to keep your energy level up. It will help you to recharge so you can be able to continue feeding others, so you can be able to connect with each other. It is so important. The fourth practical step to overcoming burnout is to take time for rest and time for self-care. It is so essential that we do that. We need to schedule it. We need to plan it. You know that even Jesus took time to get away from the crowd every now and then, in order to pray and also to rest. Yeah, you see that in the book of Mark. Mark chapter 6, verse 31. It says, Jesus was speaking and he said to them, "Come aside." He was telling the disciples, after they had gone to do some ministry work, he said, "Come aside by yourselves to a deserted place and rest a while." And rest a while. Jesus advised the disciples to rest a while, and he himself retreated from the crowd every now and then in order to rest and in order to pray. If Jesus, who is the Son of God, rested, took time to rest, how much more you and I? We cannot do without resting. We are not supermen, we are not superwomen. We cannot do without resting. We cannot keep going on and on and on and expect our body to remain the same. Too many pastors are falling behind the pulpit dying. Too many Christians are dying as a result of just juggling everything and not planning to rest, not taking care of ourselves properly. High blood pressure, high cholesterol levels, all kinds of things, diabetes, all kinds of things we are being diagnosed of. It is just because we are not taking good care of our bodies. You may be anointed, but if you do not take care of your body will fail and you will depart this earth. You will leave this earth without fulfilling your assignment. How good is that? Schedule time for regular rest. Have a day off in the week. Even God had a day off when he was creating the earth. He created the earth for 6 days and he rested on the 7th day. And God advised the children of Israel to obey the Sabbath. It is very important we have a Sabbath in our lives. Plan weekend retreats away so you can replenish and recharge yourself. Schedule a vacation, and during these times when you are away, make sure that you are taking good care of yourself. Make sure that you are sleeping well. You are actually resting. Not that you are on your phone, you are on your laptop and doing things. Rest properly. Sleep well. Sleep well. Rest well. Eat well. Drink enough water. Replenish your body. Replenish your soul. Clear your mind. And very importantly, exercise. Not just during your breaks, but have a regular time of exercise throughout the week. Every day, with maybe 2 days off in the week where you don't exercise. But regular exercise is very important. This body is the temple of God. We cannot treat it anyhow and expect that it will remain the way God gave it to us. We have to take care of this body. As much as we focus more on our spirit and on our soul, we have to also take care of this body. For bodily exercise profited little, it means there is a level of profit in it. If we do not exercise, don't say I did not warn you. Jesus understood the importance of rest. If you are always working without taking time to replenish, your body will pack up and your spirit will leave your body. You will not be refreshed. You will not be happy. You will not be able to do all that God has asked you to do. You will eventually die. That is just it. Burnout is just one step, one level. The next thing that will happen will be death. So please, take time to rest. I beg you to rest. I beg you to take care of yourself. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to bless many others. I look forward to seeing you in part 3 of this series. Remember that you are not alone.